Hello. What's happening, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling well. Doing good. Hope you're having a good day. Today, let's listen to a little Unitopia. We've listened to one track previously from the band Tesla, and now we're going to listen to another track. We're going to listen to this one, The Uncertain. This is coming off of the album Seven Chambers, which, along with the album cover, makes total sense. It's a heart, you'll see, which was released in 2023. A few years ago. Can't say a couple, but a few years ago. We're listening to this because this was suggested and sponsored by Mark. Mark, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for the support as well. I appreciate that. I'm pulling up the song right now. Can I tell you, I really... And there's seven tracks in the album as well. I just like how, it's called Seven Chambers. You got the heart, and then you got 7 tracks. It all lines up. This is going to be the second longest track on the album, clocking in around 18 minutes. I like a good deep track, a nice meaty track with some time to it. So let's go ahead and dive on in. We'll discuss it a little bit after. It's the final track on the album as well, so keeping that in mind. And let's dive on in.
Goodbye is so much closer than hello. The lines we know, caught in undertow, looking out but never in. Thought I could not lose, but never tried to win. Preoccupied,
It's a snappy groove.
self-solidified, and time slips by across a great divide. If the mirror never lies,
I like that harmony. It's very sweet listening.
suddenly I think I might be
Hey, didn't expect it to get crunchy like that. Hold on. I got you.
I am the center of everything. I am the invincible man. I'm the core.
Gotta catch that.
Dancers in the realm of impossible. This is the impossible scan. Furthermore, I cannot die before my father, daughter, treacherous mutation taking over center. How can this be real?
Something's happening in the lyrics there.
Stalking in the waiting and wondering, watching as my world
That's
topples
cool.
down. Domino. Seeing as the security snap at my
Nice and snappy.
What do I know? There is no pretense, nor deceit, nor faking at the gates.
Like those little Mellotron stabs.
Your existence exposed and
And the drumming, though. There's a reason. There's a reason.
4 types of treatment are used. Surgery, picking out the cancer. Radiation therapy, using high-dose X-rays or other high-energy rays to kill cancer cells. Chemotherapy, using drugs to kill cancer cells. Hormone therapy, using hormones to stop cancer cells from growing. Radiation therapy, using high-energy X-rays to kill cancer cells and shrink tumors. Surgery is the most common treatment. Lymph node dissection removes lymph nodes in the neck that contain cancer. Chemotherapy may be taken by pill or put into the body by a needle in the vein or muscle.
Big organ here. Nice switch to the piano. I wasn't expecting violin, but I love that. Violin joined in there. I heard it. I like how that sprung out into the solo here. The violin solos peak. I mean, they could end the song right there, because it sounds like a finish. Let's see what else they have to say.
Cast out and wandering, cast out and wandering, surfing the hourglass, unbound. Self-serving royalty, suspicious loyalty. King who would be clinging to a plastic crown. 40 days in the enigma spins me round.
love that sitar-like sound there. It's nice.
In the land of the uncertain, I am found. I am a grain of sand, just a grain of sand. All of my arrogance crumbling down. Beauty and frailty, beauty and frailty, wonders I could not see surround. 40 days in the enigma brings me round. In the land of the uncertain, I am found.
I like the resonance in his voice in these slower moments. Has a nice, deep, rich sound to it. And this is a nice ride. Right? This is that moment. This is the one.
40 days in the enigma brought me round. In this land of the uncertain, I am found.
That whole section, very nice. Very nice. We ain't done yet. Hey, they snapped that one in there. The scatting happening here. going. Workout.
From a state of hypnotized, I'm awakened, I begin arising. Unexpected, I receive the gift of death. Broken open, now I'm free. And if we
That's how you end it. That's how you end it.
the fall and rise that rides a course of life toward open mind, the blessing in demise, frailty and beauty I have known. In the land of the uncertain, I am home.
That's a nice way to bring it back down.
Frailty and beauty I have known. In this land of the uncertain, I am home. I am home. I am home. I am home.
And just like that, it feels like in that epic, this being the last track on the album, it feels like we finished listening to an album or some musical titan in itself. Okay, so with the uncertain, let's do the long and skinny and then we'll dive into it. The first third of it, I thought was okay. Wasn't really my thing. From the halfway point or the second third of it forward was really fantastic. Really, really good. So a few things to note, first of all, before we go any further, on the lineup end of things. Mark Trueck on vocals, Sean Timms on keys, John Greenwood on guitar, Steve Unruh on flute and violin, and then you have none other than Chester Thompson on drums and Alfonso Johnson on the bass. So at least two of those names I know, and they're known for a good reason. Chester and Alfonso, absolutely wonderful to have them featured on this album. And I love Chester's drumming, especially in the beginning section, his work on the hi-hats. That was one of the standouts to me. I love how he grooves on there, and it just sounds like he's just having a great time with the way that he performs on the drums in the beginning. And the beginning of the track is very much in what I would say is kind of a stereotypical progressive rock kind of sound. You know, it goes through its motions. You know, it's like, if I'm being honest, it's what I would expect. However, it's from the middle section onwards, from about 7 minutes or so, 6, that it really becomes like something I really, really enjoy. Like pulling it up here after the solo here. When things quiet down for a moment, you get the little EKG machine that starts off. And from the 7-minute mark forward, I think that this track really hits its stride. And I think it becomes really, really fantastic. There's a few moments in the beginning that are fine. You know, it's a big opening. Nothing wrong with that. Some cool little moments in there. Heavy guitars reminding me a lot of Dream Theater, like, you know, and I'm not really into Dream Theater-esque kind of sound. And this is kind of leaning towards that side of things. So in the beginning, I'm like, it's fine. You know, it's nothing we haven't heard, if I'm being honest, with this part. Though well executed, nothing about that. But in this middle section, once again, it becomes beautiful. The violin playing from Steve Unruh is just gorgeous. And not only in the way that he sets a somewhat more somber and reflective tone in the middle section, but then how it springboards itself off of that, and he provides a really cool blazing solo. That was really fantastic. Bringing back some of the rhythms from the first section, those heavier moments, and then just redoing them and revisiting them later on in this around 10 minutes or so. I don't know exactly, but somewhere in there. I thought it was a really good callback, but a nice way to use that callback to be the rhythm and the backboard for the solo to take place, which was just brilliant. The piano playing was also really cool. Like I said, that's Sean Timms on keyboards. And I like the little mellotron stabs that are involved in there that you hear at certain points. The way the organ rips out is really, really nice. And the piano playing was gorgeous. There were a few melodies in there on the piano that came through and just shined so beautifully and so brightly. And I kind of wish that there was more of that because it was just so wonderfully played. Brief as it was definitely a very pleasant experience when that occurred. But yeah, let's talk about the middle section now. Also, let me talk about lead singer really quick, Mark Trueck. I really like his vocals in the quieter moments. I think that the richness of his voice really comes through really nicely in those quieter moments, such as halfway through. But I will say that he does reach those higher climaxes really nicely, especially as the track ends into its final stage there. Okay, but I want to talk about the violin. I wasn't looking exactly at the timestamp when that happened. Was it this late? No, it wasn't this late. No. I know it's there. But before that, there it is. I was going to say, it wasn't that late that I'm thinking of. That whole section, brilliant. This, the bringing in of Eastern tones and chords and sounds. You have some sitar-like sounds from the guitar that play as well. And I thought that this mixture right here of, once again, those heavier progressive rock riffs juxtaposed with the violin was a really nice way to perform this. Everyone's going east on these chords. And then it comes off of that. That's a really, really fiery solo. That was a brilliant moment there in the song. And skipping ahead a little bit to where we were going in the final third of the track, I thought it was really interesting the percussion that came in. I actually wish that it stayed in that particular zone for a little bit longer because the way the drums and the percussion started was really interesting right here. Like we were going into a completely different realm. And then the keys and the guitar start to pulse in again before it transitions back into the rest of it. I wish that this part went on a little bit longer without that. But I do like how it transitioned into its finale here, because it works really well. How the guitar worms its way into this climax and solo. And that sounds good with the kind of jazzy groove happening on the toms, the swing of a bum, 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 bum. You can hear that jazziness between Chester and Alfonso playing back there. You can hear them back there. And then it goes into its finale. which is a really nice way to end everything and to bring it back. So I thought as a whole, this was a really nice track to listen to. And while the beginning of it didn't quite tickle my fancy, my fancies were appropriately tickled further down the line. Goodbye is so much closer than hello, the lines we know caught in undertow. Looking out but never in, thought I could not lose but never tried to win. Never put any effort forward. Preoccupied cells solidify and time slips by across a great divide. If the mirror never lies, suddenly I think I might be terrified. I am the center of everything. I am the invincible man. I'm the core. Cancer is in the realm of impossible. This is the impossible scan. Furthermore, so it's almost like someone thinking that they're immortal. They're thinking like, death is perhaps far off in their mind. They never think about it, but unfortunately, it seems they've been diagnosed with cancer, and this is something so impossible that they're having trouble accepting it. Hence, the uncertain in the title could be the uncertainty of the future, the uncertainty of this diagnosis, the uncertainty of it all, going from the immortal certain into the destined uncertain. I cannot die before my father, daughter, treacherous mutation taking over. Censor, how can this be real? Stuck here and awaiting and wondering, watching as my world topples down, domino. Synapse insecurity snapping, my surety collapsing to ground. Now what do I know? There is no pretense nor deceit nor faking at the gates of hell, just raw existence exposed and unconcealed, cast out and wandering, surfing the hourglass, unbound. Because you don't know when that last grain of salt is going to fall in that hourglass. Self-serving royalty, suspicious loyalty, king who would be clinging to a plastic crown. 40 days the enigma spins me round, in the land of the uncertain I am found. I don't remember, to be honest. 40 days and 40 nights. Does that come from Job being in the big fish? Was he in there 40 days and 40 nights? So in a sense, and of course he didn't know where how he was going to end up. So this could be a certain relation to that, these 40 days, and he's not quite sure what's going to happen in these 40 days. His arrogance crumbling down. He's humbling himself. Beauty and frailty, wonders I could not see surround. From a state of hypnotized, I'm awakened, I begin arising, unexpected. I received the gift of death. Broken open, now I'm free and amplified. The fall and rise that writes our course of life toward open mind, the blessing and demise. Not in disguise and demise, good twist on the words. Frailty and beauty I've known in the land of the uncertain, I am home. He's known both. And then he repeats that again, I am home. So, I mean, it seems, unless I'm mistaken, it seems that he's died. Here, he says, unexpected, I received the gift of death. But in his demise, because he even says that the blessing and demise, he's found a certain freedom. And he's home. He's been called to his final home there. Let me know what you guys thought of the track, of course, in the comments down below. And if this is a concept album based off of the seven chambers, the heart, perhaps the heart slowing down, and now the uncertainty of life, that final beat playing, so to speak. Maybe each of the tracks relates to that in some capacity, and I wouldn't doubt it based off of this track here. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, down there. Mark, thank you so much for the recommendation and for the suggestion and support as well. Hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Come back tomorrow, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.